What is up, everyone? It is Jonathan here for another Bash Chairs Racing series at Road America, or Monday nights with GT4 and GT3 again. Believe it or not, Jonathan North is not on the pole. Blaine got the pole. Let's see what he can do and see if he can dethrone Jonathan Orndorff.
Game over.
Again, I keep forgetting. Sorry. Didn't see that. Alright, here we go. Getting ready for green flag action here at Road America for 45 minutes. Green flag, we're racing. The turn number one, Orndorff gets a good jump here. As we'll jump back to quickly the GT4 class as they start their race into turn number one. Kyle Cleveland on the pole. Wes Graham second. Wes goes trying to get that lead early, but Kyle will get it going into turn number one. Though Wes still on the outside. Still side by side. To turn number three. Let's see, yes, turn number three. Wes actually gets a good launch down the straightaway. And he'll take the lead. Go back up to the GT3 class. It's going to be Blaine. Actually pulls away a little bit from Orndorff. Excuse me, Blaine is actually doing a pretty good job pulling off Orndorff there. As they come around to complete lap number one. Blaine doing a pretty good job. Up to the front straightaway to lap number one here. Remember, this is a timed race, 45 minutes. Let's head back to the GT4 class here. As Wes has that lead. Turn number one here. See if Kyle can make a move into turn number one. It looks like he's gonna, but can't do it. That distance is still a half a second. But also now closing just a little bit there. Wonder if it gets a good run through that turn. Turn number 6. Or screw 7. Approaching number 8 now. Wonder if right on the bumper now. Through the carousel. Wonder if it's not going to be denied his rightful spot in P number one. Blaine doing his best to hold him off. Into turn 14 here. Wonder if gets a good run down up the front straightaway here. Wonder if looks to the the right side by side for the lead for GT3 class. Wonder dives in there deep. Whoa, almost contact there. Into turn number 3 here. And Orndorff will get the lead coming out of 3. And take his rightful spot back. But don't. Better not let his guard down on Blaine number 18. Little contact there, all good. Orndorff being a little conservative going into that turn. It's very easy to overshoot that turn number 5. The turn number 8 here. Keep an eye on the Wes Graham Kyle Cleveland battle. 0.8 of a second for them. Wonder still holding on strong to that lead. Now let's see if he can start pulling away, or will Blaine get another run in one of these turns to get past him. Austin in that 33 car, he's doing pretty good as well. A lot of these guys are doing a lot better than the last few weeks, as Orndorff's kind of doing the old slipstream disturbance, trying to break the draft. Blaine throws it into turn number 1, but loses ground. And now Orndorff's starting to pull away. Let's go back to that GT4 class here battle. About 0.4 of a second here. Kyle's in second, Wes Graham in the lead. Again, want to talk about why Orndorff is still in the GT3 class. A lot of the guys, they talked about it. Even the admin of this league, about learning other trades of racing GT3 cars, like trying to pass slower cars. That's something he needed to still learn. So that's why they've kind of said, okay, if everyone can get. Eventually, I think people will start getting faster, which, as you're seeing right now, they're actually are doing pretty good here. The battle seems to be separated right now, about 0.6 of a second. Let's go back up to the leaders here. Blaine is not giving up that much gap to Orndorff here. It's about 0.8 of a second. It was about a full second. Now it's down to 0.8. Doing a great job trying to stay with Orndorff. There's DJ Underwood. About 3 seconds behind this group. About a second behind Austin. 3 seconds behind Orndorff. After the last few races, I would have thought that DJ would be right up front. But right now, still 4th, not bad. And see if he'll mixing grounds late in the run. Go back to that GT4 class, still hovering around 0.7 of a second. When it comes to road course racing, it tends to get spread out, but you never know. Sometimes you have pretty good battles here and there. Oh, Kyle goes a little wide there. It's easy to overshoot these turns. It's very easy. The high braking zones are notorious to like just overshooting, and you're not even trying to. You feel like you're actually braking the same braking point, but sometimes you just go just like that. Kyle maybe let off the brakes a little too soon, or just maybe got on a little too late. Either way, you just overshoot. So it's about feet, like inches. Like you miss your braking zone by just a few inches, and it makes a huge difference of where your car ends up. So this track is very tricky, even though the layout seems pretty easy. It's a very tricky track. Right now, we'll go back up to the leaders. Jonathan Orndorff actually pulling away about to now 3 seconds of a lead now. And DJ, class Blaine. Actually, I just realized something. Hold on. Blaine is down to third, I think. Yeah, he must have had an issue somewhere. And is now back to third. DJ is now second. 6.5 seconds. Unfortunate for Blaine, but hopefully I'll make his up through and get back to at least second. Hopefully run down the leaders again. On West Graham here. That gap is open to a 1.3 second lead. The Nick Gould here, run fourth in his class. Looks like 9th overall. Like I said, it gets spread out here pretty easily when it comes to road course racing. Just depends on who's really good at what racetrack. Especially on a track like this, that's a very wide track. On the board 7-7 of Kyle Carpenter. Trying to find the closest battles as the 18. Blaine has gone second back and it's cut down that deficit from 9 seconds to 8.5. Oh, went wide there. He is pushing it. Now the GT3s should catch the GT4s in this race. I know it doesn't would seem like it since it's a big track, but they should catch them. But right now, that the gap's about 8.8 seconds to Jonathan Orndorff. So, and as Orndorff is out to another Sunday drive, as usual. But hey, he had really good competition to start with when it comes to the qualifying time. So, Orndorff is human after all. Let's go back to any GT4 battles here. Pretty much spread out for the most part. Nothing out of the norm here. Cleveland seems to is starting to catch up to us. Now that clock there is probably a little bit off. Again, I don't know why it doesn't reset, but it doesn't when you cross the line. But anyways, it's probably more close to 17 minutes, more than 18 minutes. As that gap between Wes and Kyle is starting to shrink a little bit, 1.4. Out of 1.1 now. Kyle goes a little bit wide there. Wes goes wide there. Everyone's pushing. Again, this track, it's a very deceiving track. You think you are not pushing it, but then you really are. The track just says, yeah, you're going a little too fast for my liking. Or no, the track, more or less the car. The car's saying that. More people, some highlights here. It's Brian in 404. 11 seconds from the leader of Wes Graham. Mitchell Calvin, he unfortunately spun, hit the wall. Decided to, I guess what I'm saying, just in his misery right away. But hopefully he can turn it around. He's been having bad luck this year, and I hope he can just, something turns around for him. As Brian in the 404, no really competition for him to battle with. It goes about, I'm going to say 6 seconds or so. Or more ahead of him, so got a little ways to catch up with someone. Go back to Blaine here in the 18. He's about 7.9 seconds. He's slowly starting to catch Orndorff again. So we're around about 20 minutes here in the race. Or assuming 25 minutes. He's slowly catching him. As Orndorff just got by one of the GT4 cars. That was, I believe, that was the 05, yes, of Clayton Cyrus. Now this is where Orndorff is trying to learn, right? This is, okay, now I'm going to catch these GT4 cars. How do I efficiently get by? One, not to lose too much time, but enough to be safe and not get into them. We'll find out there, but we have a potential battle for GT4 class lead. Kyle Clinton has caught up to Wes Graham. Down to a half a second here. Now down to 0.3 of a second. Does he have enough draft to pull to West going into turn number 1? He does not. A little bit wide off that turn, but he'll hang on to it. The Duckmobile. I'm sorry, I'm going to call that all the time. Gap's open up a little bit here. To about half a second. But Kyle is right there. If Wes makes any mistakes, he'll pounce. Let's take a full lap kind of through here to see where Wes is good versus Kyle. Because a lot of people, some people could be good on the front half of the track, some are better on the back side of the track. It just depends on what your skills are better at. More high speed, braking zones, or more technical areas. That kind of determines on all that. That gap between Orndorff and Blaine is back to 10 seconds. Up to that, so Blaine has fallen off a little bit. Was, I think, down to 8 seconds, so he's lost about 2 seconds there. But right now, that gap between Wes and Kyle has opened up again, so it kind of seems to me that looking at this, Wes is better on the technical areas, Kyle's more better at the high-speed areas. Oh, Kyle gets a little loose. That's going to some ground to him. Going up this long straightaway. To gain just a little bit back, actually, a 10th. Yeah, definitely you could tell that Kyle is pretty good in the high-speed braking zones. Gaining almost about 0.2 of a second going into those braking zones. Oh, Kyle goes a little bit wide. And that could just be maybe Wes being a little conservative going into the braking zones, but still, for Kyle to be able to maintain that gap coming off the corner, that means it's pretty good. Wes goes a little wide there. That allows Kyle to really close up. Right now, it's about 7/10 of a second right now. This is where Kyle needs to try to hold his, at least he doesn't have to gain on Wes, but just maintain the same gap. If he can maintain it, then he's better through the more high speed areas. Close to a half a second here. Down to half a second now. It's just a little bit loose, but still maintaining that half a second distance. If he can get a good run off this turn, this will be a really good shot to get a good draft. There we go. Does these cars have enough draft? I don't know how much these cars, their drafting ability is. That piece pulling on him. Here he goes. Will he make a pass going into turn 1, or will it be too little too late? He's looking, but he will not. Going to turn number 3 here. Gaps open up just a little bit back to that half a second distance. But it's actually, okay. Here we go again. Can he run and make a pass? He's looking inside. Side by side for the lead for GT4 class. Into turn number 5. Kyle goes low. Oh! Kyle gets loose, goes wide, and Wes Graham will take the lead back over. A valid effort for Kyle there. Trying to drive it in a little deep. There's no saying hit the brakes and let him fly right by. Well, that's what Wes Graham did. Did a crossover, waited for Kyle to overshoot the turn, and drove back underneath him. Well, let's see if he has another shot here to get past. We're going to go to the Wonderf here just for a second here. Just because I want to show you about his ability to get past GT4s. He stays to the right side there. He gets by Brian. A good move on Orndorff. Get past the slower cars there. As we'll go right back to that battle. We're not going to forget that battle here. This is the best one we have right now. Blaine has actually cut down that deficit from 10 seconds to 8.3 on Orndorff. So it's actually now 7.7. I think Orndorff trying to get around the slower cars is slowing them up just a little bit. But that battle for the GT4 class still going strong. So the gap's opened up to about 8/10 of a second lead. Wes Graham. Wes goes a little wide there. Kyle almost does the same thing there. I think he's too far away to get the draft. Maybe he has a slight draft, but not enough to obviously be close enough to make any kind of pass there. But we'll get him closer into another high-speed zone if he can stay there. Down to a half a second here. Wes has got some right. Looks like right rear damage a little bit. It's a little scuffed up. Not sure where that came from, what lap that came from. As this is the closest battle right now. Blaine has gotten it down to, well, it was 7.6. Now it's 8.1. Probably getting some past the slow traffic himself, slowing him down a little bit. Kyle looking inside. Can't do it. Gonna come off to the final turn 14. Kyle looking inside there. Side by side. And he's gonna get it. Wes is coming in. I'm not sure for what. Some reports that the damage was slowing him down. So that's gonna have him come in late in this race. As we'll go to the GT3 leader, who's passing the GT4 cars. He got past Nick Gould, his teammate, and Kyle Carpenter in 77. Now he's got to pass one more GT4 car, and that's Kyle Cleveland. Now, with them passing the GT4 class, it's allowed Blaine to catch up. He's down to 7 seconds. But since he has that 7 seconds, I wonder if it's just being more cautious, I would think, just because there's no reason to push it. So here comes Orndorff, about to put Kyle Cleveland a lap down. See how he does it. Gonna wait till they get through this kink here, and probably that's where he's gonna make his move. He does. And he'll get past Kyle. Good job for Orndorff. He got through the GT4 class without any issues and moves on. But because of that, the gap between him and Blaine is down to 5.3 seconds. So now let's see if Orndorff can gain that distance back again, as Blaine has to go through that same traffic. You can see him right in the background there. Let's go back to him. He's got to get past Kyle Carpenter here. He's going to do that with ease. Because a lot of people see for Orndorff, he may have caught him in a different area, and what you can tell that Orndorff did, he unfortunately caught him in certain areas where he had to kind of be patient and wait, where Blaine, he can get him on the straightaway and then have to lose the time. So, oops, oh, he's blinking a little bit there. All good. See how he does trying to get by Kyle Cleveland here. Which way he's gonna, if he's gonna try it in this turn, he's gonna wait. Gonna wait. I think he's gonna probably wait until he gets to the, I would say the carousel. No, Blaine gonna, yes, Blaine's got to take it now. Went a little wide there, but he got it. That gap has now opened up back to a 6.1 second. So the question is, does Blaine have enough in his car and tires to run down Jonathan Orndorff? As we're not quite 10 minutes yet. Again, that started way a little early than it should have. But I would say we're close to 10 minutes left. So that being the GT4 class right here, Kyle Cleveland has a 2.6 second lead now over Kyle Carpenter. Wes Graham, from late reports at the end, he had an beginning of this race. He had some damage that he believed was slowing him down, so he came in, got fast repair, and so he can have a better chance of maybe getting him, just trying to catch someone at the end to get some positions back. But that does allow Cleveland to have a big gap now and take it a little easier as he gets through. As we're now 10 minutes left in this race. So Jonathan Orndorff in the GT3 class leader, and overall the gap is at 5.5 seconds. Blaine is doing everything he can to run down Orndorff. Blaine had a really good car in the beginning of the race. Orndorff just had a little bit more pace in the beginning, was able to get past him. But Blaine was holding pretty good. And then there was an issue. He believed from reports that he spun off the last turn. And that's why he gave up all his his track position and just time to Orndorff. But was able to get back to second here, and now is only 5.5 seconds behind him. See him just there a little bit in that screenshot. There he is. You could say maybe cue the Jaws music. I am not letting this Orndorff dude win again. But we'll see how it goes here. It's down to 5.3 seconds. I think Orndorff's being a little conservative as well. Some reports from him that he is getting a little tighter than usual, trying to push the car. On the 5.1. That gap between Cleveland and Carpenter is at 3.1. As we're getting closer to the end of this race. Remember, it's about a minute and a half off the time, so it's probably more like 38 minutes left. Well, we are approaching here soon the 5-minute mark here, or 5 minutes left in this race, and that gap is shrinking. 4.7 seconds now. Orndorff throwing that car and everything he can to stay in front. .6 now. Ever so slightly trying to catch him. .4 now, as here comes Blaine trying to run down the GT4 class, or excuse me, GT3 class leader and overall. Got a battle here. Well, we're gonna take this real quick here. A battle between Nick Gould and Kyle Carpenter here. Closest battle here for the GT4 class. Kyle really defensive down the front straightaway. Nick's still looking inside. Oh, he's there. He's going to get that position. Woo-hoo. That was close. Good racing there. But the gap between Kyle Cleveland and Nick Gould is about 3 seconds. All right, let's go back up to the GT3 class. That battle, though, even longer than what the GT4 class is. Blaine is slowly catching him. 4.5 seconds. Now 4.3. He can see him now, and now because you see him, how hard do you push? On a 4.1. Oh, a little loose there. Man, he's down 3.4. He is catching him. We should receive the white flag here pretty soon. I believe it would be next time by, because it is a 2-minute lap. Remember, it's about 41 minutes, so close to that. 3.4 seconds. He's doing everything he can to get to him. So yes, this should be the, when we come to the line, will be the white flag. As Kyle Cleveland still has a 3-second gap over Nick. Same gap here. Roughly here. Blaine's down to 2.9. 2.8. He is still, my goodness. Can he do it? Can he run down Orndorff here late in this race? Hope he blinked again. There he goes. Even with connection issues, he's still catching them. 2.5. We're coming to the white flag here. Here comes Orndorff off the final turn. Up the hill from the front straightaway. White flag. One more lap to go here at Road America. Go back to Blaine. Got down to 2.8 seconds. 1 to go. Can he run him down on the final lap? Down to 2.6 seconds. Holy crap, I can't say that. Also close. Gap's not really changing down the the straightaways here. So you gained a little bit back. But down to 2.5 seconds. Looks like Orndorff has a little bit of a struggle. Oh, Blaine goes around. Oh no, and that is gonna do it. That was it. He will now have a shot to win this race. Also close, but turn number 6 bites again. That's a definite. It doesn't seem like a tricky turn because it's such a, I would say, a slow turn, but it can catch out people pretty easily. But now with that means Orndorff can cruise to victory here. Doesn't have to push it too much. As we have issue, did I just see? Yes, Kyle. Let's go to Kyle. Kyle has, oh, he wrecked. Kyle Cleveland has wrecked. And that's going to give the lead to Nick Gould. Wow. Unfortunate for him, but let's go back to the GT3 class. And off the final turn, up the front straightaway hill. Jonathan Orndorff once again will win in GT3 class and overall. Blaine comes home second after a valiant effort trying to catch Orndorff. Spins there late. And we'll get that second place still, though. Let's go to actually the GT3 leader now is Nick Gould. He's still trying to hold off, though, Kyle Carpenter. He's second back. Coming through 13 and final 14. A little bit of luck here to help Nick, as Wes Graham had to pit, and Kyle, who crashed late in this race. Nick Gould will win in the GT4 class. That'll put Kyle Carpenter second, Brian in third, Wes Graham fourth, and Kyle Cleveland will be fifth in that class as well. We had Clayton Cyrus in sixth in his class, Mitchell in seventh. Don't forget Austin finished third in GT3, DJ finished fourth in GT3, and Alex Reno finished fifth in the GT3 class. Well, that was and contact. Little fooling around there at the end, but they get it done. The teammates actually sweep Jonathan Orndorff and Nick Gould. One would say maybe had a little bit of luck for him, and the other had to hold off Blaine there at the end, but they both get it done. What a great race we had at Road America. As Orndorff is about to come around here. And get to victory lane or be on the front straightaway here. A long track to get it back around to the front start finish line. The 4-mile track, so your cooldown lap is that longer than it should be. But if they allowed it, you could cut turn 5 all the way to 14, but I don't think they allow it in iRacing, so. Anyways, here we goes. It'll be at start finish line here. I think he's trying to do a burnout, but his teammate Nick should be joining him pretty soon. As the Cup cars get the win in this race. He's trying to do a burnout. It's not working. The setup is not allowing him to do a burnout for some reason. But anyways, here comes Nick to celebrate with his teammate. And there you go. Teammates side by side for the victory. Well, if you did enjoy this race, hit that like button if you're new to this channel and want to see more of this broadcast style for iRacing. Consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you for the next one.